What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Martial Arts Monday review. This week, I review 1973's The Pirate from this horrible history set from Eureka. I don't really have many good pictures to show you from that actual set, but this film came out in 1973. It is an Iron Triangle film, so that means it's directed by Chiang and it stars David Chiang and T. Lung. So is this going to be a hit or a miss? Well, we'll find out. Let's get into it. Yes, this is on the horrible history set, so therefore it has some connection or basis in actual history. And the pirate in question is Chiang Sai, played in this film by T. Lung. He was an actual pirate that existed, and that character has appeared in many other films and perhaps TV shows in Hong Kong. And not only that, but a lot of pirate characters have been based on him. So he's a pirate, but this is more like a Robin Hood type story, to be honest with you, with David Chiang sort of playing like, I guess, the Sheriff of Nottingham type character. But is he an evil version of that? He plays General Wu, and both guys are in absolutely top form. So the film actually opens up with a pretty exciting naval battle. I was actually very impressed by this, the actual battle itself. You know, two turn of the century, last century ships firing away with cannons, and the foreign ship, which I don't know if it's Portuguese or Dutch or what have you, but they're crippled pretty badly, so T. Lung orders his guys to board the other ship, and it's very exciting. I mean, they put a bunch of knives in their mouth and just dive in the ocean. They swim under the ship, come up the other side, and you know that it's going to be on. I mean, fights on top of pirate ships are always great. You've got swords, you've got people swinging on ropes, people climbing up the sails, all kinds of things, and it didn't disappoint. It was a really good fight. So they pretty much loot some of the treasure from this ship, and unfortunately, they have to put up somewhere and make repairs because their ship is so damaged that it's not really going to be seaworthy. And at that point, they try to maintain some anonymity while they're trying to organize these repairs. They got to buy materials, and it's only then when T. Lung's character, the pirate Chiang Sai, realizes these villagers are being very heavily exploited by the local government officials, who are really the real villains of the film. So the whole foreign connection kind of goes away. So, you know, these guys are mostly fishermen. If they get a hole in their boat, they have to pay, you know, a third as much as it would take to buy a whole new boat. And these corrupt officials are actually intentionally damaging their boats, and just they're putting them in an endless cycle of poverty, to the point where at one point some of the characters debate actually selling their own daughters to pay to pay for their boats to get repaired so they can go out and make a living, or try to. So this moves T. Lung's character very much. He's not a fan of this. Meanwhile, you have David Chiang's General Wu shows up, kind of keeping a low profile at first, where he kind of surveys things. And T. Lung's character actually takes some of his pirate buddies to go visit the local officials, impersonating the general. At one point, it's a very clever scene. The rest of the film is essentially a confrontation between the pirates, the corrupt officials, and David Chiang's character. I'll say this. If you've seen The Killer, the relationship between the killer, Chow Yun-fat, and the cop, Danny Lee, that relationship reminded me of the relationship between these two guys. They're on opposite sides of the law, but they kind of start to respect each other. So, and meanwhile, the wild card is the former captain or commander of the pirate ship that T. Lung is now in charge of has been a prisoner, and he breaks free. And so he's kind of like a wild card who's out there to cause chaos. He's not happy with T. Lung being the captain. There's not much more to say about it. There's chases, confrontations, subterfuge, some really good scenes with the villagers. You really start to feel for these people, you know. And at the end, there's a big, massive fight on the beach. And it looks awesome. And it's bone-crushing. T. Lung has some hooks, you know, some boat hooks he's fighting with. It's really good stuff. And T. Lung and David Chiang sort of meet up at the end, and I won't tell you how it turns out. Remember, they respect each other, but they are on opposite sides of the law. So it's just really one of these great sort of Chiang films that features the concept of Yang Gang, staunch masculinity, okay? It's very much on display in this film. All right, now for my martial arts move of the movie. That's actually the kick button on my dragon grips here. But trust me, you don't want to see me try to get my leg above my waist. It's during the beach fight at the end. Great fight all around. There's a rowboat sitting there and all kinds of paraphernalia. One of the characters gets somebody in like head scissors. He jumps up in the air, gets the guy in the head scissors, executes the throw. The guy gets launched into the side of this rowboat head first. His head just like completely disappears into the side of this rowboat. And then the other guy follows that up with a swift kick to the family jewels, further propelling him into the boat. It is, typical Chiang fashion, just brutal. I believe Lau Kar Leung was the fight choreographer on this film. So the fight choreography is customarily excellent. There you go, guys. What are your thoughts about The Pirate? It is available for rent from Amazon Prime for $1.99. Not bad. I think it's well worth it. Have you seen this? Have you heard of it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I really think this one is a good sort of starting point for people maybe who aren't so steeped in the Kung Fu genre. I mean, you just basically want to see a good movie with good characters with some pretty good fight scenes. This is your movie. So there you go, guys. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And for all of my new subscribers, please leave a comment. It seems that when people subscribe and don't leave a comment, that subscription is eliminated within the next few days. So I would appreciate, just leave any kind of comment. I would appreciate it. Let me know what your thoughts are about this film. It looks like it's available for rent on Amazon Prime for $1.99. Well worth it. And come back again for another Martial Arts Monday review. Thanks.